Anarchist reacts to Behemoth from Dark Horse Comics. It's written by Grant Sputore, and I didn't know who he was, and so I went and looked him up, and it was interesting because this story is kind of a Godzilla type of story, and I was remiss to use that language when I initially set out to talk about it after reading it, but then I went and looked up Grant, and I found out who he is. He's an Australian film director and producer, and he's best known for a movie that was on Netflix. It came out in 2019. It was called I Am Mother. I went and looked him up, and I said, wow, okay, that's fantastic. And then they said, hey, oh, by the way, he's set to direct the next Monsterverse film in 2027, I guess is what it'll be. The sixth one, maybe it's not the next one. I would have to sit there and count them. I haven't done it. But that's all the current run of the Godzilla movies, the Godzilla and King Kong movies, and that universe right there. He's set to direct the sixth one coming up here. And I thought that was kind of neat. And so then I wasn't afraid to use the Godzilla comparison because obviously he's a kaiju guy. Kaiju, the Japanese word for the sort of giant beast or beast monster or something along those lines. And there's no real description of what a kaiju is, but Godzilla is a kaiju. For lack of a better comparison, I guess, all the guys. Well, Ultraman, well respected. Many of the monsters fought in Ultraman. Those are kaiju. But the Power Rangers, the monsters that were fought by the Power Rangers they're kaiju. They're giant, beastly monster thingies, and so I wasn't afraid to use that comparison at all because along with Ryan Engle, the other writer, this story Behemoth it's about this monster that rises from the depths of the ocean, and sort of you get to see a few scenes of it making its way to shore, destroy a boat here, there, so it's a docks here, and it finally makes its way into the city proper and is just sort of destroying things and may or may not be chasing Sarah. She jumps on a bus and they're all trying to get out of the city, and it's being destroyed and water's coming in, and it's the whole Godzilla scene and the whole kaiju scene really, and she jumps on the bus and they're trying to take off, and the Behemoth catches up with the bus and it swallows them, and that's basically the end of the first issue right there. And so apparently they're going to have to battle. She wakes up there, where are we? And it's because you watched the bus get swallowed. You can be pretty sure that they're inside the kaiju, this giant behemoth, and apparently he's really, really big because it's something of an entire world perhaps down there. We don't know yet because again the book ends right there. But it was a great little read, plenty of story to go along with some of those big sweeping, the big scene kind of thing at the end where you see the bus open into this cavernous space and they're just kind of wondering where they are. There's this bigger world and potential in there, and we've only just tapped it. We've only just scraped the surface of it, and it's a great way to keep an interest in from one comic book to another. I can think of a few others that do that really well. Something is Killing the Children. That's one that does that really well. Tells just enough story, paints just enough really big pictures to give you a view of a much larger world within the story that's being told, and hope for a larger world and a bigger story, because what's a kaiju story? They've been done before. What's it going to be? Is it going to be bigger than that? Is it going to be grand? Is it going to be something I haven't seen before?